Yo, yo, what up, what up, what up? You go ahead and turn on that do not disturb mode right quick. What's going on? What's going on, everybody? What up, what up, what up? Welcome to Thirsty Thursday. Even though it doesn't feel like a Thursday, since Monday was a holiday, Memorial Day. Hope everybody is doing well. Hope everybody had a good holiday weekend. What's going on, brother KDH? What's going on? What's going on? What up, what up, what up? I'm just out here doing the usual old man stuff, doing the usual old man, young man stuff out here. Taking a couple steps, taking a few steps, you know, trying to get that good old sun. Make sure you guys hit that like button as you enter the live stream. Help a brother out with the likes. And make sure that you subscribe if it's in your heart. Make sure that you hit the notification bell as well, so that when I go live, you will get the notification. Man, what the hell was that? All kind of weird bugs out here. What's going on, the Bell 5000? What's going on? Yes, sir. Breeze right now. So that heat is probably gonna mess with my phone. The sun is probably, so it's gonna be in and out. So about that. Um, but yeah, man, I hope you guys are having a great day. Hope you guys are having a great week. Um, I hope you guys are. I hope you guys are challenging yourselves. Um, I hope that you guys are handling your. I hope that you guys are handling your problems. Your problems. Not you. Um, because we are, as a society, whether you're black, white, Asian, Hispanic, here in America, um, we are in some very challenging times right now. The news isn't talking about it. There's a lot of mainstream media outlets not talking about it. There's a lot of people going through things right now. And we got to support. We got to support each. Like I said, the stream is gonna. The stream is gonna. It's gonna be acting up. It's gonna be janky. Um, because of the sun. I want to talk about millennial. You cannot afford not to save money. You cannot afford you cannot afford to not have money coming in. You absolutely have to have it. You have to have money coming in. You have to. Um, a lot of people tend to get stuck up on, you know, how much money you're making, stuff like that. And, you know, making money is the American dream. Making a lot of money is the American dream. Oh, what's going on, Vodka Simmons? What's going on? Salute, my guy. Salute. Um, One thing that we got to remember is time, money, quality of life. Time, money, quality of life. We're only going to have so much time here on this earth. I have children. Um, Hopefully I'll have more. Hopefully I'll have more. If Al Pacino is over here having children at 75, 80 years old, I know there's hope for me. Um, so, I listen to a lot of content creators. Sometimes I watch from the clouds. Sometimes I'm in the chat. Sometimes I'm on a panel. But these days, you rarely catch me on a panel. Um, I just don't have time to do panels like that anymore. Um, I just got a lot going on in life. you know, my daughter's about to be 15 in October. Um, Currently a freshman in high school. But she's about to go to another school. Um, she's this upcoming school year. So I'm trying to figure out, do I want to stay on the side of town that I'm on? Do I want to move closer? You know, do I want to get full custody? Stuff like that. Um, Me myself, I'm a quality of life kind of guy. Uh, I've been in rooms with people who have been fortunate to make hundreds of thousands of dollars. I've been around people who are millionaires. I live in Scottsdale, Arizona, so um, millionaires are everywhere. Uh, so, look, I think I said this before. I get up and go get coffee in the morning sometimes. The person that I'm talking to is probably a millionaire a lot of times, and you wouldn't know it unless they told you that they were, because a lot of these people, they don't, despite what you're seeing on Instagram, what you're seeing on TV, they dress like me. They dress like a regular person. So you wouldn't know that they're well off successfully until they actually divulge that kind of information when you talk to them. Um, But I want more people to you know focus on quality of life. Want more people to focus on quality of life. Because what you notice is, for people who are hustling and bustling in corporate America, a lot of times, um, you know, you're working on their schedule. You can only make money between, 9 to 5 or 6 to 3 or, whatever your schedule is. You can only make money when they say you can make money. And so sometimes you may have to give yourself a pay cut, which will involve possibly cutting down your expenses. Let me see here. KDH said that boy zone clean that beard up. Yeah, man, I chopped it down, man. When I had my barber chop it down, man. The funny thing is, obviously, people who have watched my content, people who know me in real life, um, a lot of the times I have like a fro, or I have a lot of hair. People think it's because I can't afford to go get a haircut. You know what I mean? But that's not it. I'm actually a barber myself. Now, I'm not a licensed barber, but I know how to cut hair. I used to cut hair. I used to cut hair when I was in high school, college. Used to cut everybody's hair. You know what I'm saying? Get a little hustle on. But nah, man. Like these barbers, got to be careful going to these barbers, man. They be trying to push your hairline back and shit. And it's funny because when I'm talking to ladies and stuff like that, sometimes they be like, "How old are you?" Be like 34, and they be like, "You still got your hairline?" I'm like, "Yeah." Um, that's because the majority of my life I cut my own hair. I was very frivolous about you know my hairline and how my hair looked. And with barbers, like I said, for some reason, I don't know what it is, but they push your hairline back. So this most recent time, like when I had my fro and everything like that, um, it was because like the previous time I had went to the barber, I felt like he had pushed my hairline back too far. And like I said, I know my head very well because the majority of my life, I was the one cutting my head. I was the one doing that. I was the one taking my time with my hairline. So I know what my hairline's supposed to be. So so I had to grow my hair out so that, you know what I mean, my hairline is looking right. Cause I'm not one of these dudes. You know what I mean? I I'm not one of these dudes that I don't want my shit way back here and shit. I know where my hairline's supposed to be at. Let me see. Vodka Simmons says, barbers always doing the most. I line my own shit up. Absolutely. Absolutely. And from time to time, I'll still line my own shit up. Like today, you know what I'm saying? He got it right. You know what I'm saying? He got my shit right. That's how my hairline's supposed to look. That's how my hairline's supposed to look. You know what I mean? My shit ain't supposed to be like back here and shit. Back here. So yeah. That's how my shit's supposed to look. Now the funny thing the funny thing about me having my hair cut, right, is that I be looking like 16. So that's another reason why I don't be cutting my hair often is because, like, you know what I mean? Like, people be thinking I'm younger than I really am. So I just be keeping my hair long. And on top of that, um, I just like for my hair to grow so that my hair can grow. You know what I mean? Like, even like back in the day, I used to put a whole bunch of ingredients in it to get the waves. I used to put the pomade in there. What's going on? Aviated Views. Salute, bro. Aviated. Hey, what I'm doing right now is what you need to be doing, bro. Just turn that camera on, turn that phone on, go live. Talk about whatever you want to talk about. Yeah, talk about whatever you want to talk about. Don't worry about who likes your content. Don't worry about who doesn't like your content. Don't worry about the haters that might show up in the chat. Don't worry about the haters that might talk about you on their shows and shit. Just turn your camera on. Even if look, even if the camera is facing the ground like that, just turn your camera on and talk, bro. That's all you got to do. I actually might start going live more often. Um, on YouTube. But like I've said before, I don't like YouTube. So I'm just trying to get myself. The only reason I'm going live on YouTube is because I'm trying to get myself to like YouTube. Make sure you guys follow me on Rumble as well. I'm on Rumble, Zone 864 TV on Rumble. Uh, Follow me on Twitter as well, Zone 864 TV on Twitter. You know, that's on Twitter. That's where I can post. I can post, a lot of my thoughts and stuff like that. And I could post titties and stuff like that too, and not get doing that. Why not? Um, but yeah, man. Yeah, man. You'll find that when you become an entrepreneur, because I'm gonna tell you, corporate America is good for a check. But the problem with corporate America, the problem with men being in corporate America, is that men possess a lot of potential. They possess a lot more potential than what corporate America will allow them to exude in that corporate environment. Because, to be quite honest with you, corporate America is actually scared of masculinity. Corporate America does not like men being in their environment, especially if you're heterosexual. And even, and I'm gonna take it a step further, because I've seen it happen. Even if you're a non-heterosexual man in corporate America, um, if you one of the men that's non-heterosexual, you know what I mean, you iron your clothes and you give off the presentation as if you are heterosexual, because you don't tell your business. People don't know your orientation. Like everybody now, they like to put their orientation out there. Um, but it's a reason that they say it's two things you shouldn't discuss in the workplace. It's politics and religion. But I would also say that it should be politics, religion, and sexuality. Those are three things that shouldn't be discussed in the workplace. But for some reason, um, there seems to be such a mass push to get people to include that in the workplace. But but yet when it comes to politics and religion, you can say you can get fired or written up for believing in God, right? Remember a few years ago, even with the public school system, how they had this whole debacle of with the Pledge of Allegiance. Couldn't even say the Pledge of Allegiance because it says, "For one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all." You see what I'm saying? So, I've even seen non-heterosexual men uh, get in trouble in the workplace for even just giving off the appearance that they're a heterosexual man because they don't talk with a lisp or because they don't wear tight clothes, right? I've seen it. That's the problem with corporate America, is that unless you have a high paying profession, like for instance, my father is a science engineer. He works with systems, satellite systems, missile systems, the guidance, like when they fire missiles from long range, the targeting systems, um, all, all of that stuff. That's what he does, right? He has a high paying profession. So, you know, unless you have a high paying profession like that, obviously, you know, if it's working for you, it's working for you. But for most of the middle class, most of the blue collar people, you know, um, you got to be careful giving all your time to the corporate plantation, because at the end of the day, all it's going to do is chew you up, spit you out, limit your potential, um, especially if you're an entrepreneurial minded person. All it's going to do is keep you stagnant. Now, there's nothing wrong with being in corporate America as long as you're using it for a check and you understand that's why you're there, to get a check. But like I said, for me, uh, yes, I love to make money. Yes, I love to make a lot of money. But if I decide I want to up and go to San Diego for a week, I don't want to have to get approval from a job to do that. If I decide I want to go back home and see my family in South Carolina, I don't want to have to get approval from a job to do that. If I decide that I want to go to New York for a week and connect with some of my music buddies, right? I don't want to wait for approval from a job to do that. So that's why it's important, to be aware of where you're going. And when you're an entrepreneur, it's going to force you to work a little bit harder. Why? Because you're your own security. You're dependent on yourself, right? And see, here's the beauty in that. Here's the beauty. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if it's in your heart, and hit that notification bell so that when I go live, you get the notification. Let me. It's demoralizing to an adult man. Like living with your parents again. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, and I appreciate that comment, Vodka. And I just want to put this out there as well, right? So So we all know that women, sometimes when it don't work out with the husband, they get a divorce, whatever the situation may be. The woman falls in on hard times. Women always have some place to go. They always have some place to go. Just like I heard somebody say one time, there's no such thing as a single woman. Why? Because there's always a simp in her DM. There's always somebody that's willing to cater to her needs. There's always somebody willing, whether that be male or female in 2023. There's always somebody willing to lick and suck on her stank box whenever she want that to be done. There's always somebody willing to give a chick an outlet so that she can quote unquote be free, be safe, be secure, right? Men, if you ever fall on hard times and you ever need to go back home, you ever need a helping hand, go back with your parents. Go back with your parents. Don't be ashamed of that. Now, I've been out the house since I was like 21, 22. And thank God I ain't never had to go back. I've been able to maintain out here in this world with a child, in fact. Um, don't be ashamed to go home. Don't be ashamed to go back to your, preferably, if your parents are split apart, preferably go with your pops, you know, preferably go with your pops. Because we all know that most mothers, boy, they got that mouth on them. They got that, you know, they, and I hate to say it, but especially if they're black, they got that they got that mouth on them that could just, you know, cause you to go the extra mile, or in the words of dirty folks, they got that mouth on them that could cause you to take them to aisle 5, right? But go back home. Don't be ashamed of that. Now, I wouldn't advise you to put all your business out there, but the same way that these women always have a place to go, they always gonna find shelter. They always gonna find, an outlet for them to get to the next destination. Don't be ashamed to ask for help as a man when you need it. Don't be ashamed. There's no reason for you to, you don't have to be out here on these streets. Don't be on these streets. The streets is your very last resort. It's your very last resort. If you ain't got to be on these streets, don't be on these streets. I'm telling you. But like I was about to say, when it comes to being an entrepreneur, yes, you're going to have to work harder. And you're going to have to work more a majority of the time. But the beauty in that is that you're going to make more money, right? The beauty in that is that you can set your own schedule. So if you want to get up early in the morning and work all day, you can. If you're a night person like me, and granted over the years, I became more of a morning person. But even if you're a night person, like me, because I'm a musician, I'm an artist, so I've always been a night person. Always. So I remember when I got my first, I know I keep getting sidetracked, y'all forgive me, but I remember when I first got my real job working on the BMW assembly line in Spartanburg, South Carolina. That first job, I think that shift was like it was 4 10s, and I think the hours were like from like 7 p.m. to like 6:30 in the morning or something like that. You know what I mean? So that was a dream. That was a dream. That was Now that I look back on it, that was a dream job. That was dream hours. Used to go in there, and you know something funny? You know something funny about that job is when we would come into the plant, right? We would have to put on our suits. They were like kind of like painter suits, but they're a little bit thicker because in the area where I was working, I used to work with something called PVC, I think it's what, polyvinyl chloride or something like that, right? Basically, it's a substance that you will put in between certain crevices of the car to prevent water and leaks and liquid from going into certain parts of the vehicle. Um, so it was 4 10s. I used to we at the Target. We used to work on 330 cars a night. You used to have a certain amount of time to do your job. Those cars are just coming down the line, coming down the line. Um, yeah. So that was a dream job with dream hours, and I was making good money every week. And I remember when my mama found out how much I was making, she was like, "Oh, I'm about to start charging your ass. You ain't about to be living in this house rent free. You ain't about to be paying no bills up in here. I'm about to start taxing you." That's exactly what she did. And I'm not saying that it was wrong, but you know, I know how black mothers are. Um, but yeah, you know, I think that every man at some point in time needs to be an entrepreneur. Now, being an entrepreneur is not for everybody. Owning their own business, your own business is not for everybody. But being an entrepreneur will teach you and give you a mindset that corporate America is not going to give you. The majority of people that are rich in this country are entrepreneurs. The majority of people that are rich in the world are entrepreneurs. Oh yeah, vodka. Oh yeah, absolutely. Don't be living at home now. Don't be living at home now. Don't be living with your mama and start making money. Don't do that. Do not do that. No sir. She definitely gonna tax you. My mama was no different. She definitely gonna tax you. Absolutely. And you know how she found out how much I was making? Because one time she had to take me up to the job because something at work. And when I got out the car to run in the building to get whatever item I forgot, I left one of my pay stubs in the back seat. I guess she must have seen it out of the corner of her eye. And her nosy ass went and opened her damn pay stub and saw how much I was making. And after that, it was over. And she saw that I was getting paid weekly too. Yeah, it was over, man. But yeah, the only way to get better as a man is to challenge yourself. That's the only way to get better as a man, is to challenge yourself. You absolutely have to challenge yourself. There's no other way to get better. And stop. Don't seek validation from these women. Women gonna say what they want to say. They're gonna try to tell you what you should be, what you shouldn't be. All that BS, right? Don't matter what they say. You know that you're going in the right direction. If you know, if you have a plan, and you know you want to execute that plan. Don't listen to these women when they try to tell you, you need to do this, you need to do that. When half the time, most of them don't even know who their kids' fathers are. So be careful, man, because listening to women when it comes to where you want to be in your life, have you in some bullshit. All right? So challenge yourself. I challenge you as a man. At some point in time, challenge yourself. And after you do that, accept the challenge. Thank y'all for watching. Please hit that like button on your way out. Subscribe and the notification bell if it's in your heart. I'm gonna try to start going live more often. I think I'm gonna have a little bit more time to invest in live streaming. I'll say that. Hey, I love you guys. See y'all soon. Peace.